Hey everybody, welcome back to another video with Gem Mint Masters. For this throwback, we're going to kind of go similar to what we did last month. I had the opportunity to pick up another one of these 94 Topps baseball sets on Facebook Marketplace, but in addition to that, we were able to pick up a super cool 1993 Topps set as well, which has the Derek Jeter rookie in it. Potential for the gold Jeter rookie. This set is really cool too. If you saw in the last video, there's a Derek Jeter second year. It's like a prospect card, which is also a pretty desirable card, and you have the ability to get a gold of that as well. But in both of these sets, you get some really cool stuff. You get, if you saw that last video, you get a lot of these. You get 9 pre-production sampler cards, a 3-card superstar sampler, which is one player, 3 different like preview cards. There's a Topps Finest in there, which is really cool. And then you're getting your Topps Gold and Topps Black Gold, so you're getting a whole bunch of stuff. So that's super cool. And then this one, you're also getting the 9 pre-production cards, and I'll throw some comps up on the screen for some of this stuff. It's pretty valuable stuff in here. And again, you're getting your Topps Gold and Black Gold, and it's kind of interesting. I noticed this too on the bottom here. They actually have like box odds on some of this stuff. I think it's really just the Black Gold redemptions. Which is kind of funny. It says Topps Gold card and Black Gold 1 out of 1. So you're getting something for sure. But I picked both of these sets up for a whopping 65 bucks, which I thought was a steal. This one right here alone, which is the less desirable of the two, goes for 40 to 50 by itself. And this one, people are listing this for like 200 on eBay, which is probably excessive. But if you think about it, I got this for around 30 bucks or something, crazy deal. So some people might say you're stupid to open this, but I don't know. I'm just the type of person I like to pull out the good stuff. I'm a raw to grade guy, and I know there's some good stuff in here, so I would love to pull it out. And I think I have more fun opening it than I do keeping stuff sealed. I just the fact that this is from 1993 and it's still in like 50 to 100 bucks, I feel like there's way more value in opening it. So we'll open that one second, but we'll go ahead and open this one first and just get to it, have a little more fun on this Throwback Thursday here. So like I said, you've seen this set opened before. I think this is a super cool set. Again, you're getting a ton of stuff in here. These pre-production cards are super cool. You get a Spectralite parallel in each one, which is crazy. If you look at the last video, we got probably the best one you could. And there's only 9 cards in the set, so your odds of getting one of the better ones are pretty good. And the Superstar Sampler is, again, there's some really good players you can get out of that. So these are super fun sets. Again, a lot of value for the 30-40 bucks you're paying. It makes way more sense in my mind to open it up and pull some good stuff out of here. As long as the cards aren't, damaged over all the years, and hopefully they're in good shape. And from what I've seen, they've all been pretty decent. All right, so back here we have our Topps Gold, pre-production, and you're gonna have your Spectralite on the top. You can see it's kind of like a refractor type card. We got Greg Vaughn in that one, so not the best one, but that's just the way it goes. So let's see who we got in the Superstar Sampler. Paul Molitor, probably again not one of the better ones, but you're getting this really cool Topps Finest, and you get that Superstar Sampler stamp on all 3 of these cards. So with this one, I'll think about it, but I may sell this particular pack sealed by itself. People seem to want to pay a decent amount for these. I don't know what the Paul Molitor goes for, if that's a really sought after one, but in the last one we got Barry Bonds, which was super cool. But the Molitor is probably kind of one of the lower end. And then in here you're getting you get a Griffey Jr., which is pretty awesome. But I think for this purpose, I'll leave these sealed for now, and just kind of go through the rest of the set. So we've also got our Topps Gold in the middle here. So for time's sake, I won't open anything other than the Topps Gold. See if we can pull something nice out of there. We've got a lot of cards stuck to it. And then we'll move on to the 93 set, which is probably the reason a lot of people are watching this video. It's definitely more exciting of the two. So we're going to get a couple black golds in here. And then we're going to get some Topps golds. I always like to look and see maybe, you know, if there's a pretty awesome one on the back. Potentially keeping it sealed, but we're going to go ahead and open this. The last two I opened, I got a winner card out of these, which is I would rather not have because I don't think I can still redeem that. But you never know. Maybe I'll look into that and see if there's a possibility of doing that. I'm gonna be very careful opening this. These are really sealed after, you know, what is it, 30 years? 32 years? It's crazy. And the fact that they're still the price they are today, that's pretty cool. All right, I think we got it. I want to be careful not to damage any of these cards, especially if there's something valuable in here. All right, so I think we got the, they might be a little bricked. No, they're actually not. They seem fine. If I can get the plastic off. All right, there we go. A little sticky, not bad at all. We'll kind of just separate them out. I know when I went through this part of the set, it was definitely bricked pretty well. So, all right, let's go ahead and see what we got. Carlos Baerga, Joe Carter in our black and gold, and Randy Myers. Okay, so we did not get a winner. I'm actually happy about that because I'd rather just have the regular cards than the winner that you can't redeem. So, all right, next one here, Alan Trammell on the gold, Hall of Famer. It's a nice one. We got Shane Mack. And a nice future star, Cliff Floyd. Was a pretty big prospect at one time and decent player. Oh, there we go. We got another Barry Bonds. So that's now the third Barry Bonds I pulled gold out of these sets. And I think I've pulled every variation of the Bonds. So you've got this one, the Measures of Greatness. And then you got the regular base card. And there's also like a league leader, I think, with Albert Bell. So I pulled all three of those now. Pretty cool. So I got the Barry Bonds trifecta gold out of here. Can't complain about that. Kevin Rogers, Jack Johnston, John Wetteland. Got a lot of pitchers in this one. Frank Castillo, Tim Naring, and Tony Pena. So not the craziest good box, but that Bonds is pretty sweet. There's probably some value in that. I think maybe we'll put the Cliff Floyd and the Alan Trammell in a top loader too. I don't really know much about the black gold, if there's a lot of value in those, but there's some, you know, top players like Frank Thomas, Ken Griffey Jr. Probably has a little bit of value in those. But man, the condition of these cards, it hasn't changed in the, you know, 30 plus years that they've been sitting in this box. I think these sets are just a fun kind of hidden gem of something you can get out there. So I would definitely recommend, if you can find these, go out and get them. All right, we'll put the Joe Carter black gold also, because I feel like that could be a nice one. All right, so now let's get to the good stuff here. As soon as I get this in the top loader. We're going to have some black golds in that other set too, so that's pretty cool. I have not opened that set. I've never opened one of those sets before. So I'm definitely excited to do that. All right, and we've got our card savers, hopefully. There's some gemmable cards in here. That would be pretty cool. 9 of the pre-production. So I haven't seen those pre-productions. I think they're just regular cards. But I did look up some comps before I did this, and man, there's some pretty valuable ones. If it's the same cards you get in each one, I think it is. There's some pretty nice ones. I think the best one was Nolan Ryan that I could find. So like I said, I'll throw that up there. That one card alone is worth that much, then you paid for this box 5 times over. Yeah, not a bad deal. Not a bad deal at all. Okay. Got a lot of tape, which is a good thing. Nice shrink wrap seal, lots of tape. This is sealed nicely. Let's just hope the cards are in solid condition. They appear to be nice and crisp, so that's good, but you don't know where this box has been, so. All right, so in this one, we're going to have everything really just in this one, I believe. And actually, if I remember correctly, I think the pre-productions are on the right side over here. So I got to think about, I have no idea where the Jeter is in the set. I definitely don't want to mess that one up. So I just got to be careful. This thing is packed as tight as can be. Let's see if I can just pull a chunk out of the middle here. Oh, wow. It's not even bricked either. It's like, look at that. Look how easily those slide. Man, this clearly was very well taken care of, which I am happy to see. All right, so let's see if those truly are. Yep, there you go. So there they are. A little bit bricked on the side, but you can see pre-production sample, which is this chunk right here all stuck together. It's weird because the rest of the cards are not bad at all. And I don't think these are going to be in any order either, so I'll have to kind of dig through and find that Jeter. So we'll set this off to the side. Take a look at these pre-production. Kind of just, I'm not going to bend them necessarily, but let them kind of find their way apart. Well, that wasn't so bad. Again, it's going to be the same cards in this one. So you got your Kenny Lofton, Nolan Ryan. There you go. That's the best one in the bunch, I believe. Looks nicely centered. Looks nice and crisp. Nice surface. That looks pretty sweet. I think that could be a grading candidate. Looks like just a little bit of debris. I don't think that's any kind of chipping. That should wipe off nicely. We'll go ahead and put this one in. I'm going to go ahead and put this one right in a card saver, because this is definitely one. Nolan Ryan, huge market for him. This is the type of card I think that somebody would absolutely want. All right, and I don't even know who else is in here, so let's see. Wade Boggs, nice Hall of Famer there. Got a Barry Bonds. That surface looks a little suspect. Pretty cool, though. I think it's pretty much all big names in this set. I take that back. Matt Williams. Jeff Tackett. I don't know who that is. But I'm pretty sure these are the same people. I don't know how he got in, but you got George Brett. That's a nice one, too. And that looks really good. Top load that one. Carlos Quintana and Juan Gonzalez. Juan Gonzalez has a little bit of surface stuff going on. George Brett, not the best centering, but still a really cool card. So we'll just top load this one. Regular old top loader. I'll come back and do the other ones later as well, because I think all of these are pretty much top loader deserving, being those pre-productions. All right, and then we have our Topps Gold. And do we have anybody good on the front or back? Mike Butcher and Todd Zeile. I thought first that was a Mark McGwire in a Cardinals uniform. That would be cool. He was my favorite player growing up. I had a huge McGwire collection. Don't have any of them anymore. Kind of wish I would have kept some of my cards from when I was a kid, but like a lot of people, probably got rid of them all. Got back into the hobby after COVID, and I'm kind of reliving my childhood through some of these older sets, and it's crazy to find this stuff in as good of condition today as it was then. It's just, I thought that would have been impossible, honestly. All right, so there's those. Let me get this blade out of here. I don't want to cut anything. All right. Oop. All right, so there's definitely some value in these gold cards. If you get the right, get the right players. Some of the top stars, Griffey, Ripken, Nolan Ryan, those guys. Definitely some value in these gold cards. So let's go ahead and see who we got. We got that Todd Zeile like I was showing. That's kind of cool. Oh, I thought that was a Bonds. Lee Smith, Dennis Eckersley, All-Stars. That's pretty sweet. Mike Devereaux. I thought that was Bonds for a second. Mike Harkey. Who is this here? Mark. Man, it's hard to read these. Mark Strittmeyer and Lamar Rogers. No idea who those are. Oh, and then we're going to have our black golds in the middle. Bip Roberts. Marquise Grissom. Oh, great. We got a winner. Okay. Not the one we want. We got a winner of the A set. So I don't know if we're going to be able to do anything with that. Still a cool card. You get to see kind of all the pictures of the guys that are in the set. I don't think there's value in this, but I'll take a look later on. There we go. Nice Wade Boggs. That's a good one. Bernard Gilkey, Dave Valley, Robbie Thompson, and Mike Butcher. That was the back card. Okay, so nothing too crazy out of that gold pack, but Wade Boggs, that's a nice one. I just love, man, I don't know what it is. I love the look of these Topps Gold, and these things are in immaculate condition too. Again, not something you would expect after 30 plus years. So I'm definitely happy with that. But again, you look at some of the box sets today, and man, you don't get hardly anything out of these. I'm seeing a lot of people posting about the new Donruss football set that just came out. I'm gonna move this a little bit, sorry. And it's literally just all the base cards. You get nothing of a surprise in there at all. So I think you could definitely do a lot better and buy something like this. All right, so what I think I'm going to do is I'm going to pause this. I don't know how long it's going to take for me to find this Jeter card, but I'm going to go ahead and do that, and then I'll pick it right back up when we find that, and we'll continue the rest of the video. Thanks. All right, everybody, we are back. Did not take long to find the Jeter, I must say, but the box is empty. All the cards are kind of off to the side. I'll put those back in there later, but didn't take long to find the Jeter, but I went through the rest and just pulled out some kind of fun cards that were in this set that I thought. So we'll just take a look at those, but we'll look at the good ones first. I top loaded a few. I had forgotten that some of these guys were in this set, so it's kind of cool. Got, Barry Bonds, that's a cool one. Some of these poses too, these are pretty awesome for the time, I would say. A really sharp looking Nolan Ryan. Man, this set was in like immaculate condition. No sticking, no bricking, nothing. So that was pretty awesome. Cal Ripken, sweet pose on that one. I had forgotten about this card here, Jim Edmonds. I believe this is his rookie. So that is pretty cool. The centering looks like it's not good, but I think it is. It's just thicker on both top and bottom than it is on the sides. So that's actually a really good looking Jim Edmonds. I don't really know what the value is on that, but I was always a big fan of him, being a Cardinals fan and stuff. So that was pretty cool. Got a nice Griffey here. That one looks pretty solid too. And then the big one here, a really sharp, nice looking Jeter. Not 100% sure if it meets the centering standards, but left to right, it looks pretty good. I think this is going to be one I send regardless because it's like corners, surface, everything looks amazing. So that's why I bought this set. Again, fun to open. I will definitely be sending this. A ton of potential. I mean, even in a PSA 9, it's still a really awesome card. I plan on just holding on to this, to be honest. So I'll send that off and we'll see how we do. This will definitely be in a future submission. But let's just look through some of the other cards. I didn't pull out everything, but I just pulled out some of the ones that kind of caught my eye. Again, it's just a basic top set, but lots of cool names. You kind of forgot about Eduardo Perez there on the prospects. These prospect cards are interesting. You got Chipper on there, who had a prospect card probably 4 straight years in the 90s, which was kind of insane. But Jeremy Burnett, good player at one time. Ryan Klesko. There's like one good prospect on each of these cards. Kind of funny. Cliff Floyd. Javi Lopez rookie in there. It's probably not his rookie either because I believe he had, rookie cards in 2 or 3 straight years. Sandberg, Sammy Sosa, Yount, Ozzie, Bagwell, Canseco. I believe this is the team this is the year when he played on the Rangers where he hit the ball, went off his head and became a home run. So nice Bo Jackson there. I got a Piazza prospect, so that's pretty cool. Delgado on there as well. That's another good player. Tomey. I think this might be like a second year or something. Not sure on that one. Sandberg, Frank Thomas. These are pretty cool looking cards. Kirby, Ken Griffey Jr., Bonds, Glavine, Maddox and Clemens together. Dion, he's in here. Pretty sweet Bobby Bonilla pose right there. That's pretty cool. Let's see in those top prospects. I'm sure everybody remembers Brian Taylor, probably one of the best touted prospects that never really amounted to anything. I thought this was a sweet looking Eric Karros. Obviously not a rookie, but You know, seeing the gold cup is always kind of cool. Ricky, Tony Quinn, Maddox. I loved this Frank Thomas card. I thought it was such a cool pose growing up too. You got a nice Brett Boone there. Jason Kendall rookie. Preston Wilson, I always liked this guy. And then I thought this one's kind of funny. I was like, I didn't know Peyton Manning had a card in this set. I don't know who this guy is, but I pulled that one out. I was like, that was like Peyton Manning. So he'll go back into the regular mix. But again, fun opening. Do a little recap of the 2 sets we opened. I know we just looked at some of these, but we've got a couple grading candidates in here for sure. Potentially more, but at least 2. You know, our Topps Gold, we got the Alan Trammell in the first set. We got another Barry Bonds. That one probably get graded if it looks good. Just a base Ken Griffey Jr. I pulled out of both sets. I think we just looked at these ones here. Got Cliff Floyd Gold. That is just kind of cool. Wade Boggs Gold. George Brett on the pre-production sample. So that's cool. We top-loaded our Joe Carter, and then the 2 so far that we're going to most likely grade will be this Nolan Ryan on the pre-production, which goes for a decent amount, and then the Jeter, the big one. So fun sets. I just think there's a ton of value in these, and they're still pretty readily available. And if you can find a set like this that's like completely, you know, non-bricked and really nice quality, I believe this was somebody locally that I bought this from. I believe they kept it just in like really great condition, probably in a box in their house under temperature control. I'm not 100% sure, but I can only assume that based on the condition of these. So this was a pretty cool find in my opinion. And I'm gonna have some fun with this, but thanks for joining me. Nice little throwback. Drop a like, comment, subscribe. I'll try to do these, you know, once a month or so if I can find something cool. But yeah, thanks again for joining. We'll see you on the next one. Thanks.